In this video, we are discussing differentiability, but it is problem solving strategy again, continuity differentiability, but it is part 2. That is, some of the advanced level problems are taken and some mains level problems are taken, including with its concepts, and by making use of the techniques, the solutions are discussed here. Let us start with a problem. The problem is f of x is given by the pieces 1 plus x when x is in the interval 0 to 2 and 3 minus x when x is in the interval 2 to 3. So overall the domain of the function is from 0 to 3 only, but at exactly 2 it is attached with 1 plus x piece, not 3 minus x piece. You observe that point. At particular points, they are attached with either left side part or right side part. You keep observing them. Then the questions are, what is the range? Discuss about its continuity. Discuss about its differentiability of f of x. It is not the direct f of x. F composite f of x. So for that f composite f of x, we want the range. We have to discuss the continuity, we have to discuss the differentiability. Now, in its domain. So the domain, everything, let us calculate. First of all, let us try to understand the geometrical structure of the f of x. So x is equal to 2 like this, it is there like this. So this is y is equal to 1 plus x graph. As x is running from 0 to 2, when x is taken from 0 to 2, f of x value is 1 plus x. When x is from 2 to 3, at 2 it is open. So it is 3 minus x. So the range of f of x will be, because when you observe on the y-axis, so the least value of the function is 0 and the greatest value of the function is 3. Therefore, the range of the function is 0 to 3, which is going to become the domain of the function f of x, because we are going to compose f of x with f of x again. Therefore, for first f of x, range will be the domain of the second f of x. So break the function. The reason is that one f of x will become the variable for another f of x, but that another f of x has the pieces. Therefore, we are supposed to break when is that f of x is from 0 to 2. Because first piece is from 0 to 2, therefore now you have to break when is that f of x is from 0 to 2. And similarly, the second piece is from 2 to 3. Therefore, we have to break when is that f of x is from 2 to 3. So that pieces of breaking of f of x are that same f of x, given function f of x only. Further, I am breaking for my comfortability. As the f of x is from 0 to 2, you observe in the graph, as the f of x is from 0 to 2 along y-axis, x coordinate must be from 0 to 1. In this case, the function is nothing but the 1 plus x only. And the next piece is that when x is in the graph, when we observe that when x is from 2 to 3, then the range of f of x is again from 0 to 1. Then in that case, it is 3 minus x. F of x is 3 minus x, right? When fx we are expecting in between 2 to 3, that is possible when x is in between 1 to 2. So for x is in between 1 and 2, fx piece is 1 plus x, which is given. So with this step, I have broken the f of x further so that the composition becomes easy. Now the composition work I am doing now. So start with, when x is in between 0 to 1, then my first f of x will be, f of x will be 1 plus x. Its range will be from 1 to 2. when its range is from 1 to 2, for second f of x, this 1 plus x must be composed with the second f of x. The second f of x also 1 plus x only. So this 1 plus x must be composed with the second 1 plus x. So that composition is 1 plus x. So in that one, x role is played by 1 plus x. This is same as 2 plus x when x is in between 0 to 1. Now the next piece is that when x is in between 1 and 2, as x is in between 1 and 2, my first f of x is, that is a range is 2 to 3. Therefore, the second piece is going to become 3 minus x. So the first piece is 1 plus x, which is supposed to be composed with 3 minus x. So that is 3 minus 1 plus x. So this is nothing but 2 minus x. Similarly, when x is in between 2 to 3, then my first f of x, the range is from 0 to 1. When it is from 0 to 1, for second f of x, it comes in the piece of 1 plus x only. So in that 1 plus x only, we are supposed to compose this 3 minus x. That is 1 plus 3 minus x. That is 4 minus x. This is exactly f of x. So we have calculated f composite f of x like this. And when we think about like this through the graph, then only without confusion things will be very much clear to write the composition of two functions. Now you observe this, right? This is the f composite f of x. Now let us see the graph of f composite f of x. Let me call it to be the g of x, and let us observe the remaining things. So from that previous slide, when x is in between 0 to 1, f composite f of x is 2 plus x. When x is in between 1 to 2, it is 2 minus x. It is 4 minus x when x is in between 2 to 3. Let us see its graph. X is equal to 1, x is equal to 2, x is equal to 3, like that. And at every instant, yet the end points, that end point value is going with the left side part or right side part. You keep observe that carefully. So on the y-axis, 1, 2, 3 are there like that. Now in the interval 0 to 1, the piece of the function is y is equal to 2 plus x. And in the interval 1 to 2, the piece of the function is y is equal to 2 minus x. And at 1, the function is taken with its left piece, that is with 2 plus x, not 2 minus x. That is the reason I kept a hole there. And the next is when x is in between 2 to 3, the piece of the function is y is equal to 4 minus x. That is again, yet 2, it is going with 2 minus x, not 4 minus x. So this is the way the function is given. So in our style of calculation, we have taken that line 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 points. Now we are checking the continuity. So at x is equal to 1, I am evaluating its left limit. Yet x is equal to 1, left limit of the function g of x as x tends to 1 minus. Yet 1 in the left side given by the p is 2 plus x. The 2 plus x must be evaluated at x is equal to 1. I got it to be the 3. So for this f composite f, yet 1 left limit is 3, I got it. And yet 1 the right limit is, in the right side of 1 function piece is given by 2 minus x. When it is evaluated, I got it to be the 1. Means for this g of x, that is f composite f of x function, yet x is equal to 1, left limit is 3 and the right limit is 1. Therefore, it cannot be continuous. Therefore, it is discontinuous at x is equal to 1. Once it is discontinuous, it cannot be differentiable now. So definitely it is not differentiable at that point. Now at x is equal to 1, let us check at x is equal to 2. Yet x is equal to 2, I am calculating the left limit. The left limit of g of x. So at x is equal to 2, in the left side piece is given by the 2 minus x. The 2 minus x at x is equal to 2, value is 0. That is the left limit to 2 is 0. And the right limit to 2 is, right side is given by the piece 4 minus x. 4 minus x at x is equal to 2 is evaluated by 2 again. So therefore, again at x is equal to 2 also, it is discontinuous because left limit and right limit are different values. Therefore, it cannot be continuous. This is again discontinuous. You observe this, at 1 it is discontinuous. Left limit, right limit are different. Therefore, it is a jump discontinuity. At x is equal to 2 also, left limit, right limit are different. There also it takes a jump discontinuity, right? So at x is equal to 2 also, it is a discontinuous, therefore non-differentiable. And you can observe that it's a range of f composite f here. Range of f composite f. Least value of g of x is the 0 and the greatest value is 3. Therefore, the range of f composite f is again from 0 to 3 only. Right? So that is clear. Now, this is very important concept. With this concept, some advanced level problems are solved. Earlier, there were some problems in advanced level, right? Even they can be converted into mains level also by making the terms some simple. So first of all, let us try to understand its concept. The concept is that a is some number in between -1 to +1. As n tends to infinity, a power n tends to 0. For example, you take the a is equal to half. For 1 by 2 whole to the power n, as its power is keep on increasing, then 1 by 2 whole to the power n value decreases to 0. Right? That idea, generalization only, not only with 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 10, even -1 by 2 also. Therefore, when a is in between -1 to +1, as n tends to infinity, a power n tends to 0. And when a is equal to 1, as n tends to infinity, just a power n tends to 1 only. When a is greater than 1, as n tends to infinity, so a power n tends to infinity. This is exactly the concept. You observe it. You take some suitable value for a and keep raising its powers, observe its values. It happens like that. This is exactly the concept. And this concept, by making use of this concept, there are some very nice IIT JEE questions are there. I want to solve that. Very first problem. Suppose my f of x is limit as n tends to infinity, x by 1 plus 2 sin x whole to the power 2n. So here the function fx is given as infinite limit of some other function as n tends to infinity. So we are supposed to evaluate what is this f of x piecewise. Here, to use the above concept, you observe the important point is that as x is a real number, then what are its points of discontinuities are is asking. Now the solution is that you observe to compare with the above concept always when the problem is given like that, because in the above concept, when is that a to the power n will become 1, we are supposed to break, right? A to the power n. Here in the given question, a to the power n role is played by 2 sin x whole to the power 2n. That is same as 2 sin x whole square to the power n. This I will call it to be the a to the power n. So from this, I got my a is 2 sin x whole square. Now, when is that a will become 1? We are supposed to see that. So when a is equal to 1 only, so a is lesser than 1, a is greater than 1, that problem pieces will be broken. Therefore, when is that a becomes 1, we are supposed to calculate. So this a will become 1 means 2 sin square x is equal to 1, means sin x is equal to plus minus 1 by 2. That is possible when x is equal to n pi plus minus pi by 2. Therefore, x is equal to n pi plus minus, sorry, pi by 6 plus minus pi by 6. Once sin x is equal to plus minus 1 by 2, then x will be n pi plus minus pi by 6. So that is the breaking point. We are supposed to break that. So at x is equal to n pi plus pi by 2, so f of n pi plus pi by 2. So f of n pi plus pi by 2, at n pi plus pi by 2, sin x will be plus minus 1 by 2. So 2 sin x whole square will be 1, means your a is becoming 1 there. Therefore, the function value will be x by 1 plus. So that part, this red rounded part is replaced by 1 there, because as a to the power n tends to 1, that is replaced by 1, then function value will be x by 2. So function value at n pi plus minus pi by 6, it can be even at minus pi by 6 also, it is x by 2. When x is not equal to n pi plus minus pi by 6, at this instant, you can observe that 2 sin x is not equal to plus minus 1. Therefore, 2 sin square x is not equal to 1. Therefore, it must be less than 1 only. It must be definitely strictly less than 1. Therefore, as its power tends to infinity, that quantity tends to 0. That is 2 sin x whole square whole to the power n tends to 0. When we substitute that in the given function, that fx is nothing but x by 1 plus 0. This is becoming x when x is not equal to n pi plus minus pi by 6. This is exactly our f of x. So f of x limit is removed now as n tends to infinity. Perfectly we got the piecewise form of it, and you observe this function yet n pi plus minus pi by 6, at all these points function value is x by 2. At all other points function value is x. So definitely this function is discontinuous at all the points of the form n pi plus minus pi by 6, right? So because it is a discontinuous there, it cannot be the differentiable, all right? And at all other points it is a continuous and it is also differentiable. That is the conclusion about that problem, right? So let us see one more problem. When my f of x is limit as n tends to infinity, cos pi x minus x to the power 2n sin of x minus 1 by 1 plus x to the power 2n plus 1 minus x to the power 2n. So in this problem again with the same concept, then what are the points of discontinuities are is asking us to discuss. Or this they will convert into objective model. They can be converted into single correct option, converted into one or more than one correct option. It can be converted into integer type option. It can be converted into matching type option also. Once we know this concept solution perfectly, whatever the form is given, that can be answered. So here again, so that a to the power n, we are thinking about what should be the a now, right? So you observe the problem, everywhere x to the power 2n is visible. That x to the power 2n plus 1 can be written as x into x to the power 2n. With single x, there is no difficulty. With x to the power 2n, I am assuming it as a to the power n. Therefore, my a is x square. My a is x square. When x square is equal to 1, means x is equal to plus minus 1 are the breaking points. So now we are supposed to see that the problem, yet exactly x is equal to plus 1, what happens? Minus 1, what happens? In between them, what happens? Lesser than minus 1, what happens? Greater than plus 1, what happens? That is all we are supposed to see in all the cases. Therefore, x is equal to plus minus 1 are the breaking points. Therefore, the once two breaking points are given, the whole real line is broken into 3 parts. So in that 3 parts, at exactly plus 1 and minus 1 also, we will see its behavior of the function. So when x is in between minus 1 to plus 1, when x is the middle piece, I am checking now. When x is in between -1 to +1, as n tends to infinity, then x square will be from 0 to 1, and its power x to the power 2n will tend to 0. Therefore, my f of x will be x to the power 2n, you substitute in the problem. X to the power 2n is equal to 0, you substitute in the problem. Numerator is cos pi x minus x to the power 2n, that part is 0, and the denominator also only 1 is left. Therefore, its value is cos pi x when x is in between -1 to +1. When mod x is greater than 1. Mod x is greater than 1 means is that there are two choices. One is x is greater than 1, other is x is lesser than -1. In these two choices, the two choices I am doing it together, then in that case the function is like this. That same function I am writing now. Limit n tends to infinity, cos pi x minus x to the power 2n sin x minus 1 by 1 plus x to the power 2n plus 1 minus x to the power 2n. To evaluate this limit, right, I am dividing with x to the power 2n in the numerator and denominator individually, each and every term. Right, to evaluate this limit, dividing with x to the power 2n for each and every term of numerator and each and every term of denominator, because as mod x is greater than 1, x to the power 2n tends to infinity. So x to the power 2n is creating infinity. To avoid that, whichever the term makes the infinity, with that term divide in the numerator and denominator. That trick we are following. So when we divide that, and as n tends to infinity, x to the power 2n tends to infinity, when we substitute this infinity, cos pi x by x to the power 2n will become 0. Numerator is minus sin of x minus 1 and the denominator is x minus 1. This is exactly fx value when mod x is greater than 1, means x is greater than 1 or x is lesser than -1. In both the cases, fx formula is given by minus of sin of x minus 1 by x minus 1. So exactly in between -1 plus 1 is over. Right side of 1 is over. Left side of -1 is over. Now let us see exactly at 1 and -1. At 1, when x is equal to 1, that total function evaluated at x is equal to 1. So that will become just simply cos pi. You can substitute x is equal to 1 straight away. It becomes cos pi. Its value is -1. And at -1, that is f of -1, again evaluate at x is equal to -1. You can observe that this function value will be sin 2 minus 1. Sin 2 minus 1, right? So the total piecewise function form, we got it. So let us write this function clearly so that we can think about its continuity differentiability. When x is lesser than -1, it is minus of sin of x minus 1 by x minus 1. Yet exactly -1, it is sin 2 minus 1. In between -1 to +1, it is cos pi x. At exactly 1, it is -1. When x is greater than 1, it is again minus sin of x minus 1 by x minus 1. This is the complete piecewise form of the function f of x. So let us trace its graph. X is equal to -1, x is equal to 1. It is not exactly the graph. I am trying to evaluate its left limit, right limit, and checking the continuity differentiability. So therefore, at x is equal to -1, let me calculate its left limit. Limit of fx as x tends to -1 minus, means at x is equal to -1, left limit. In the left side of -1, function pc is given by minus of sin of x minus 1 by x minus 1. When we evaluate that at x is equal to -1, its value is minus sin 2 by 2. Means the left limit of f of x at x is equal to -1 is minus sin 2 by 2, which is not equal to f of -1. The value of the function at -1 is sin 2 minus 1. Right. Therefore, this minus sin 2 by 2 is not equal to sin 2 minus 1, which is f of -1. means at x is equal to minus 1, it is not left continuous. Let me check at right limit. Same for the f of x, yet minus 1 only. Right limit I am calculating, right limit. So this value will be in the right side of minus 1. Function is given by the formula cos pi of x. That cos pi of x at x is equal to minus 1 we calculated. We got it to be the minus 1. That is also not f of minus 1. So left limit is not the value of the function. Right limit is also not the value of the function. And left limit and right limit are also not equal. Therefore, the function is a discontinuous function, yet x is equal to minus 1. Neither left continuous nor right continuous, yet x is equal to minus 1. Hence, it is not differentiable. Now, let me check at x is equal to 1. Limit of fx as extends to 1 plus. In the right side of 1, function PC is given by minus of sine of x minus 1 by x minus 1. When we calculate this limit at x is equal to 1, its a limit, we got it to be the minus 1. But this is exactly the value of the function yet x is equal to 1. That implies that right limit is same as the value of the function, means the function is right continuous at 1. Similarly, yet 1, let me calculate the left limit. Yet 1 left piece is given by the cos pi x. When we calculate it x is equal to 1, so cos pi is again minus 1, which is same as value of the function at 1 again. That implies that at x is equal to 1, left limit is minus 1, right limit is minus 1, and the value of the function is also minus 1. Therefore, it is a continuous, yet x is equal to 1. And also, with a simple trick or from the first principles, we can check that it is a differentiable at x is equal to 1. And its a derivative at 1 will become 0. So right derivative, left derivative, you calculate that both will become 0. Therefore, with simple calculation, it can be shown. You try that. Right? This is exactly the solution. Now, with the same concept, let us discuss the function, the points of discontinuities of f of x is equal to x cube plus 3x. If x is rational, q represents the set of all rational numbers. Rational numbers means among the real numbers, the numbers of the form p by q, integer by integer, where q is not 0. So such all the numbers, right? At all rational numbers, function is defined by the formula x cube plus 3x. At irrational numbers, given by the 3x plus 1. So this function, we are supposed to check its continuity or discontinuity at the different points. So when we observe that the function value through rational x, it is taken by the formula x cube plus 3x. Through irrational values of x, the function is taken by the values 3x plus 1. In between x cube plus 3x values and 3x plus values, there is a lot of difference, because you know that in every neighborhood of a rational number, there are so many irrationals. Therefore, very close neighbor numbers also, yet one number it takes x cube plus 3x, at other number it takes 3x plus 1. Therefore, the function values, even though that points are very close, yet those points function values differs a lot. Therefore, so at almost every point it is discontinuous. It becomes continuous whenever through the rationals, so through the irrationals, it gives you the same value. So through the rationals x cube plus 3x and through the irrationals 3x plus 1, they gives the same value, means I equated them. From that I got x cube plus 3x minus 3x square minus 1. This is equal to 0. That is same as x minus 1 whole cube is equal to 0. So that implies that x is equal to 1. Means at x is equal to 1, in a small neighborhood of 1, either in the left side or right side, in that neighborhood of 1, through the rational values, through the irrational values, even though they are taking the different formulas, function values may become closure. Therefore, the function values will become closure. Therefore, the function becomes continuous at x is equal to 1. And at all other points, it is discontinuous. So this is a nice example of the function which is continuous at only one point. At all other points, it is discontinuous. So at only one point, it is continuous. At all other points, it is discontinuous. There is no chance of differentiability at all. So this function is not differentiable everywhere. Continuous at only x is equal to 1. Right? That is the conclusion. Then you see the function, again the points of discontinuities of f of x is equal to limit as n tends to infinity, x square e power nx plus x by e power nx plus 1. This again can be converted into our concept form. That is again e power nx is going to play the role of a now, a power n now. E power nx can be written as e power x whole to the power n, which is same as a power n. Therefore, our a will be e power x now. So a will become 1, means e power x will become 1, means x is equal to 0 is the breaking point now. Now we are supposed to discuss this problem when x is less than 0, when x is greater than 0, when x is equal to 0. So that remaining calculation part, I'm leaving it for the students, right? So we are supposed to discuss that problem at x is equal to 0, x is less than 0, and x is greater than 0. When x is equal to 0, straight away you can substitute there. That function value will become 0 straight away. When x is less than 0, e power nx will be lesser than 1. So that becomes fx will become e power nx will become 0. That fx will become x by 1, that is x only. When x is greater than 0, e power nx will be greater than 1. In that case, you divide with e power nx in the numerator and denominator. So overall function will become x square. Therefore, function piecewise, when x is greater than 0, it is x square. When x is less than 0, it is x. When x is equal to 0, function value is 0. So you can check its continuity, differentiability very easily. And I gave you one more problem. The points of discontinuities of f of x is equal to limit as n tends to infinity 1 plus cos to the power 2m n factorial pi x. Here you can observe clearly as n tends to infinity that n factorial 1 into 2 into 3 and so on up to n is there. So in that pi x, if at all x is a rational number, x is a rational number p by q form, that q will get cancelled with this n factorial. That becomes cos integer times pi. That will become plus minus 1. To the power 2m will become 1. So overall, this value becomes 2 when x is rational. When x is not rational, its value will become 1. So its value will become 2 when x is rational. Why it becomes 2? Simple. When x is, again I am explaining you, when x is rational, x can be replaced by p by q. Please, you take a paper and a pen, you check it. You stop the video there. By writing that, you check it. When x is equal to p by q, that q can be cancelled with one of the number in n factorial. So remaining fellow is some integer times pi. Cos of integer times pi is plus minus 1. Such a fellow is raised with power 2m. So its value is 1. So 1 plus 1, which is 2 when x is rational. When x is irrational, then cos to the power 2m n factorial pi x will become lesser than 1. Will become lesser than 1. So as n tends to infinity, that quantity tends to 0. So 1 plus 0, it is going to become 1 when x is not a rational number. All right. So you can check that simple idea I gave you. I did not write the steps clearly because I left it for the students. Now let us discuss one more problem. F of x is equal to cos inverse of cos x. Its domain is x belongs to R. That is, that function is defined for full real x. Now we are supposed to check at integer multiples of pi. We are supposed to check its continuity, differentiability, all those things. Integer multiples of pi, n pi, right? So now let us write cos inverse of cos x is modulus of x minus 2n pi. When x is in the interval 2n minus 1 pi to 2n pi, union 2n pi to 2n plus 1 times the pi. This is the generalized formula for cos inverse of cos x, right? So f of x pieces will be like this when we break up that. When x is in the interval 0 to pi, it is given by the x only. When x is in the interval pi to 2 pi, it is a 2 pi minus x. When x is in the interval 2 pi to 3 pi, it is x minus 2 pi, like this. Like that above, that fx pieces can be written like this. So now for the checking of continuity, differentiability, we are taking the intervals like this: 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, like this. Now let me check the functions left limit at pi. At pi left limit, left side of the pi function is given by the formula x, that x is evaluated at pi. Its value I got it to be the pi. That implies that left limit of function at pi is pi, and the right limit at pi, so right side of pi is defined by 2x minus pi, evaluated to 2x minus pi at x is equal to pi. That is 2 pi minus pi is again pi. Means left limit at pi and the right limit at pi and the function value at pi, 3 of them are equal. Therefore, it is continuous at x is equal to pi. Let us check it to 2 pi. As extends to 2 pi minus, that is in the left limit of function at 2 pi. Left side of 2 pi function formula is given by 2 pi minus x, which is evaluated at 2 pi. So 2 pi minus 2 pi, which is 0. And yet 2 pi right limit I am calculating. Formula is given by x minus 2 pi. That is again x minus 2 pi evaluated to 2 pi. This function value is again 0. Means at 2 pi, right limit is 0, left limit is 0, and the function value is also 0. Therefore, it is continuous at x is equal to 2 pi also. Not only at 2 pi, at 3 pi, 4 pi, at all integral multiples of pi, function will become continuous. Let us check its derivatives. Now you observe that at pi left derivative. At pi left side given by the formula x and its derivative is minus 1. So its left derivative at pi, its derivative is plus 1. So at pi left derivative is 1 and at pi function value in the right side is given by 2 pi minus x. So its derivative is minus 1. So therefore, at pi right derivative will be minus 1. Here the left derivative is 1, right derivative is minus 1. Therefore, function is not differentiable at pi. Right? Function is not differentiable at x is equal to pi. Let me check it to 2 pi. At 2 pi, left side piece of the function is given by 2 pi minus x. Its derivative is minus 1. So left derivative at 2 pi is minus 1. And for the 2 pi in the right side formula is given by x minus 2 pi. Its derivative is plus 1. Therefore, right derivative at 2 pi is 1. So again at 2 pi, left derivative minus 1, right derivative is plus 1. Therefore, it is not differentiable yet x is equal to 2 pi. So this is the, so conclusion is that this function at all integer multiples of pi, function is very well continuous and continuous everywhere and not differentiable at integer multiples of pi. This is exactly the behavior of the function cos inverse of cos x. Let us see its geometrical form also, right? It's a geometrical structure also. So continuous everywhere, but not differentiable at integral multiples of pi, right? So the same function y is equal to fx is equal to cos inverse of cos x, x belongs to R. Cos inverse of cos x is given by that formula x minus 2n pi when x is there in that interval. And this formula you remember very well, children, because this application may be required even in some quadratic expressions also. In that equation in constant place, he will say that cos inverse of cos of something there. If you do not know this conversion, if you do not know this value, that problem cannot be solved. All right. Even in the quadratic expressions or in polynomials or somewhere in probability also, anywhere, even in geometry also, this cos inverse of cos x link, sin inverse of sin x link, tan inverse of tan x link, that may be required in general case. Right. Now let us see the f of x is nothing but this. This already we have seen. 0 to pi, pi to 2 pi, 2 pi minus x, 2 pi to 3 pi, x minus 2 pi. It is like this. Now I am trying to trace its graph. So this is x is equal to 0. This is at pi, at 2 pi, at 3 pi, 4 pi like this. X axis, y axis are there like that. So this is exactly the line. Y is equal to pi line. Y is equal to pi line. Right. So these pieces, as x is taken from 0 to pi, the function piece is x. This is y is equal to x piece. When x is taken from pi to 2 pi, the function piece is 2 pi minus x. It is given like this. So in these pieces, in this graph, at the junction point of these two pieces, graph has no break at all. Therefore, the function is continuous very well. But when you observe this vertex, at this vertex, sharp edge is formed. Once a sharp edge is formed, curve is not smooth. At that point, unique tangent is not there. Therefore, it is not differentiable. Similarly, when you take the piece from 2 pi to 3 pi, it is given by the formula y is equal to x minus 2 pi. Again, it is continuous with its left side piece, but at that peak at 2 pi, the sharp edge is formed. Therefore, it is not differentiable at 2 pi. Similarly, the other piece is y is equal to 4x minus pi. Here also sharp edge is formed at 3 pi, not differentiable. At 4 pi also not differentiable. Yet 0 also not differentiable. So like that, at all integral multiples of pi, it is not differentiable, but continuous everywhere. And you can also observe that the range of this function, when we see on the y-axis, the function values will lie in the interval 0 to pi only. Therefore, the range of this function is 0 to pi. And at all integral multiples of pi, the function is continuous, but not differentiable. So these are exactly the points I want to discuss in the differentiability of part 2. So please go through all these problems and some more videos will come. I'm giving you the concepts in this one. After this, the problem solving with shortcuts. Once the concepts are clear, shortcut can be created by the student itself. So next with shortcuts, problem solving will come in my videos. Do watch, like, share, and subscribe. Okay. See you. Good luck. All the best.